When I put on a cycling kit, I feel like an elite champion cyclist. But I'm not, I'm just old. There are 5 ways that older cyclists try to act elite. The 5th one is something that we should all be concerned about just for our overall health. But these are the 5. They don't always work, but here we go. All right, I'm ready to rock. I got my Aero kit, got skin suit, even Aero socks. Look at those. I am ready to go. I think Daniel's here. Hey. What the hell are you wearing? What the hell is with the helmet cover?
Hey. There's a mirror at my house. I know how good it makes me look.
I'm fully Aero today.
That's a little elitist.
I'm saving 5 watts at 15 miles per hour. I don't know if I could ride with you.
I'm totally good either way.
Okay.
The crowd's gonna love me.
The crowd.
They're not gonna stop you and go, ooh, is that a tight kit that saves you time?
Hey, you know, the thing about this...
The crowds will applaud me. They already did on the way over. I had people waving at me. Yeah.
Thing about this is actually not an Aero suit. It's a normal jersey, but I've just been gaining weight. I even have Aero socks.
Okay, don't make it worse.
I do have some bucket list rides. And so just to plan for you
okay,
how to organize these, what is the maximum distance where you call it? What is the distance that you're willing to do?
You know what, a metric century. So 64 miles.
Okay, so you'll do 64?
But it depends on the terrain. Is that 64 miles with 8,000 feet of climbing?
Okay.
Maybe not.
So 7,999 is okay.
Well, you found my line in the sand, haven't you?
All right. No, I'm just wondering, so if we plan a ride,
yeah,
all right, and it's 64,
yeah,
you're okay with that?
a metric century, yeah.
Okay. Then I could plan some stuff.
Okay.
Please don't wave at people.
I'm acknowledging their appreciation of my kit.
Oh my freaking God.
You know, the only people that are going to flip me off are the elitist cyclists. They don't like this stuff.
Well, because we're working hard. We're getting our watts per kilogram. I got to work on my FTP, my 20-minute power, 10-second power, because, you know, Matthew Vanderpool and Wout van Aert, I got to compare myself to them. Because when you wear a skin suit like this, you have to know your watts.
Why?
Because it's a judgment of our manhood.
Is it really?
When you're on Aero kit, you can't take your feet out of the pedals.
Oh, that's elitist. A track stand at the light?
Yeah.
It's all good until you fall over.
I'm not gonna fall.
Ah, even more. Only something an elitist would have confidence enough to say.
Did you buy this thing just for this video to make a joke, or did you own it before?
I've owned it. Hey,
Why?
Because Halloween.
Okay.
My daughter gave it to me to wear one time on a crit race about 10 years ago.
You wore it at the crit race?
Yeah. You know.
So we'll see how many cyclists wave.
No, cyclists, for the most part, are not a fan. You know who would hate this?
Who would hate it?
Saturday's hero.
So I think everywhere in America, every group of cyclists has a Saturday's hero. What is a Saturday's hero? First you need a Saturday. Then you need, well, a hero. What does a Saturday's hero look like?
Well, he'd be dressed like you.
Well, thank you. That's not a compliment, right?
But you keep thinking that.
Okay.
Saturday hero is the overly serious individual that's part of your small group rides, who during the ride, there are arbitrary points where they act like it's some kind of sprint finish. Leading up to the sprint finish, they'll always get in the back, draft for like the 3 miles leading up to the 300-yard sprint point, and take off at like a bat out of hell, like a rocket. They drop everybody, and they look back, and they're always like, what happened, guys? Where were you? I didn't think I was going that fast.
Yeah, I love that. I wasn't going that fast. He was sprinting at 1,400 watts. Funniest part is last week when we were riding that random guy. He goes, oh, I know that guy. He goes, yeah, he was pretty good, you know, back in the day locally in LA. And I'm like, well,
good for him.
But that's not Italy. That's not France. So on a serious note, this past week I had this patient that was referred to me by an attorney got in this major car accident. The car accident was like a year ago, but he's still suffering with physical problems, so the attorney sent me this patient. So I guess this guy had a freaking major accident, and he literally woke up in the hospital and bandaged head to toe. Once he came up of like this little coma, I guess, the doctor had to inform him that he had some severe injuries, like a punctured lung, pneumothorax, tons of broken ribs, broken sternum. His liver was split. And then it turns out, this is kind of gross, but his private parts were destroyed. I don't know how, like the steering wheel or whatever. So the doctor tells him that I didn't know this because it's not my field of expertise, but evidently they could rebuild or give a guy a new private part, but it's like $2,000 per inch.
Okay.
So what ends up happening is the doctor's explaining to this guy that depending on what your previous size was, they can match it or they could do whatever. It depends on what you want. So the doctor tells the patient that he has to talk to his wife and, what are they comfortable with? And he says the average size of a male is 5 inches. So that's like 10 grand. But if he wants, he could get him up to like 9 inches. That'd be 18,000. Patient talks to his wife. They're discussing what they want to do. And the doctor comes back into the room and says, you make a decision. Did you and your wife discuss it? And the patient says, yes, my wife and I discussed it. And the doctor says, so what do you want to do? And the patient of mine tells the doctor, well, my wife and I decided we're going to get a kitchen. I love riding this bike because this bike is so much lighter than my cyclocross bike. So I love a light bike.
Yeah, what's not to like? But you're not the weight weenie. There's a difference between light bike and the weight weenie bike.
Oh, I'm a weight weenie to some degree if I can afford it. Like the chain, I actually bought a different chain on this bike versus the other one because I checked how many grams were on the chain.
You don't get to self-label yourself weight weenie because it's like, where do you get off adding weight to your nickname?
Well, the funniest thing is when someone has the lightest bike.
Right.
The bike is 15 grand and they need to lose 60 pounds.
So my daughter's getting serious with this guy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, I said, does he have any money? And she says to me, you guys are all alike. He asks the same thing about you.
Oh God.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Daughters. Then you have some people that literally buy a new bike every year because instead of cleaning it, they just buy a new bike.
Yeah, that one I don't get because these bikes that I've seen are very expensive. So to get one every year, it's like, this must be an account that their wife doesn't know about.
Well, we all have an account that the wife doesn't know about. Still, that's a lot of hiding the dollar bills. It ain't cold anymore. See, if you were an elite cyclist, even if it's 0 degrees, you'd use, what do they call them? Belgian leg warmers called embrocation. You don't know what that is?
No.
It's called Belgian leg warmers.
Yeah.
And they put like Vaseline with pepper spray or something on their legs to keep their legs warm. But they don't put leg warmers on.
You're kidding. I had no
See,
idea.
well, because you're not elite.
This is true.
Yeah, so, I mean, you...
Just rub Tabasco on it.
That's what it is. It's the red pepper stuff.
Yeah.
Also, you really got to follow the nutrition to be elite. I carry bananas.
Well, I don't know if that makes you elite. That may make you more common than you think.
Oh, elite riders don't use bananas?
I don't know. I thought there was a whole thing about people that hate bananas now.
Oh, there is, but not on this channel.
We're banana friendly.
So if you have a banana, we're your buddy. But I have maple syrup, and today I put lime in it with some chocolate sauce and sea salt. This is the secret formula.
Proprietary blend.
Yeah. You're next to someone who's elite who knows exactly how many grams of carbs that they eat per hour. And if you're our age, you cannot eat like these 20-year-old professional cyclists. They're eating like 120 grams of carbs per hour. Of course, they're riding really fast and they're riding really hard.
Okay.
What are we doing, 15 miles an hour?
Worse yet, the individual that asks you about your nutrition for the express purpose of only wanting to tell you about their nutrition regime. Oh, I see you're eating that. Well, have you ever thought about? And then they go on for 30 minutes on some aspect and you're like, okay, you really weren't interested in what I was
No.
eating.
Nobody cares about you.
No.
damn, this is really good when you put chocolate sauce on maple syrup. Oh my God. And you could taste the salt. Salt's real nice. I think I'm gonna sell this stuff.
So you like chocolate?
I like chocolate. Chocolate's my friend.
My wife was really down the other day.
Why?
Well, she was just, I don't know, but I tried to cheer her up, so...
What'd you do?
I lifted my shirt and showed her my man boobs. Apparently it doesn't have the same effect.
That's not a scene that... I don't know if that's worse, that on your saddle or this thing on your head.
My saddle's used to it because it's to scale.
Non-elitist cyclists take a lot of breaks. And when you get older, you need pee breaks too. Yeah, we gotta pee a lot. So there's strategic places where you can pee. You just learn these things. You know, people who say their wedding day was the happiest day of their life, never had 2 Kit Kats fall out of a vending machine.
So when Adam was in the Garden of Eden, he prayed to God to bless him with a soulmate, someone who completes him, a companion, a love. And God said, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. Adam thinks about it and he goes, well, what can I get for a rib? And God says, well, all right. You asked for it.
What damn a pretty little lips gonna do to me, baby. But every single time that I come around, I seen you got another man trying to keep you down, baby.
I could tell that these Aero socks are actually helping me out on this climb. FYI. Just to let you know.
Oh, you can.
Yeah. Everybody's all worried about their watts per kilogram. And like most Americans are like, what the hell's a kilogram?
So yeah, just talking about our favorite cars, I loved our minivan, but my wife made me sell it.
Why'd she make you sell it?
Because all the ladies were following me around.
What do you mean the ladies were following you around? What does that mean?
Well, think about it. Here I am, a domesticated male, driving in a minivan with a baby on board sticker on back. Clearly, I'm domesticated. Clearly, I've been neutered, no self-esteem whatsoever. I'm fertile and committed. So I'm exactly what all these ladies desired in life, and they would follow me to the house. So my wife said, that van's got to go.
You weren't wearing the hat at the time, right?
Last night, I had an epic all-nighter.
What do you mean an epic all-nighter? What does that mean?
I slept the entire night with having to get up to go to the bathroom.
I haven't had one of those in like 5 years.
I don't really remember what it was I wanted to be when I grew up, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't a overstressed, underpaid individual with no clothes that fit.
I get paid to do jujitsu all day on people that are twice the size of me, and they say, thank you, may I have another? Except sometimes they fart.
Did you ever notice when you go to like a hair salon, there's hair on the floor, and you go to an automotive garage, there's oil stains on the floor? You ever notice all that?
Yeah.
So what's up with banks? A couple weeks ago, we went to this block party, just neighborhood.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies says he'd heard that the mailman had literally slept with everybody's wife but one. So I go to my wife and I told her the story, and my wife goes, oh, I bet it's Paula.
Okay, that took me a second. Oh my God. That's a good one.
I bet it's Paula. I was trying to teach my kids about democracy.
How'd you do that?
Well, I had them vote on what movie and what pizza, and then I went ahead and picked the movie and the pizza because I'm the one with the money.
This is part of our secret area. I don't even know what street this is.
Neither do I.
But you gotta jump over this thing. That way there's just less cars. I'm gonna say something out of 10 movies, you gotta guess the movies. Number 1, Shirley, you must be serious. I am serious, but don't call me Shirley. Movie?
Airplane.
Number 2, snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Indiana Jones.
Number 3, refund, refund, refund.
Okay, the bicycle movie. Breaking Away.
Number 4, you're gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh, Jaws.
Number 5, I feel the need.
For speed. Top Gun.
Number 6, I'll be back.
Terminator.
Number 7, inconceivable.
Princess Bride.
Number 8, you can't handle the truth.
A Few Good Men.
Number 9, say hello to my little friend.
Scarface.
Did I say 10? Because I only have 9. We got to stop at this little park because I got to pee.
Trying to get along so I can deal with you, babe. No, I ain't got time to change your mind, 'cause the bus is a humming. Are you staying? Are you coming, babe? Well, you might think you drive me insane. I made the game that you're trying to play. You know, I think that maybe you should know this ain't my first rodeo.
Okay, this is a good place to pee. Little skate park.
So now I know to bring something to eat and food. It's like a couple
don't?
rides we've been on have been just bombed.
And you have electrolyte problems. You don't bring enough food. There's always, this is the 6th guy that you see on our group. Guy that doesn't bring anything.
He bogarts it for everybody else.
Hey, did you know that the, this is no joke, that Rite Aid is going out of business?
Yeah, the one I know. I was in yesterday getting a birthday card for somebody, and they're like clearing the shelves.
Yeah, so what are we gonna do for ice cream? This is a problem.
This is true.
This is like the Seinfeld with the Spongeworthy, where she went all around town buying all the sponges.
Well, no, I wouldn't make that comparison, but I
No, I would. What's
Yeah,
your favorite ice cream? You an ice cream guy?
not really because I'm lactose intolerant. But
Well, I could tolerate it. So
my favorite ice cream
yeah,
was the strawberry cheesecake.
mine was double chocolate malted crunch, and it's the only place you can get it is Thrifty, Rite Aid. I told my wife we got to buy another freezer for the garage because I need to buy all the stock.
I think if you go online, you can find out where it's being carried.
Okay.
The tubs still have Thrifty on it, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, but that's my point, is that it's like the Seinfeld thing of, hey, we got to go get this ice cream before they go out of business. Guess what my favorite Mexican food is?
Well, first of all, I just call it food.
Oh, God, I'm being seen with you.
Sensing a lot of disapproval,
Yeah,
except for the ladies.
yeah.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
You're gonna put this on your helmet.
I'm not putting that on
No,
my
here's
helmet.
what you do though.
Okay, go ahead.
You just want to ride down this. You want to have a close-up of your face, and you want to look pissed, and then you want to back out and show that you're wearing it. That's all it is. In other words, I guessed correctly. Now you have to wear it. So now you're riding, and there's a close-up of your face. You're kind of pissed,
He's trying to convince me to wear this thing. I'm not wearing this
and you
thing.
keep backing out, and then we'll take it off.
No, I'm not doing it. What if someone sees me? Don't forget, there's a difference between old cyclists and elite cyclists. There's a lot of people that think they're elite, but we're not.
No,
We're just old.
right. The difference in my mind is between just enjoying yourself on your bike versus always having something to prove.
At a certain age, we start to realize that we're not elite and we never will be elite, but it sure is fun to pretend that we
There's
are.
some things you can't tell.